Los Gatos, California. Milana Krieger, Jonas Team, Alberto Lasso, Ian Moss, and Miles Kramer. The Coxswain's taking very nice tight lines around the turn here. It's a little easier to do when you're off on your own and no other boats around to worry about. But nevertheless,
that Los Gatos Coxswain is doing a great job. You can see they're dropping the oars right over the buoys. Yep. The separation to Maritime is big, but their coxswain is really doing them a favor there and picking up some important time.
Yep, they're being followed up by the red boat and the signature red oars of CRI, bow number 3.
That's Rena Bornstein, Marcos Gonzalez, Anthony Solez, Samuel Perotic, and Paraskevis Fotitis. Go CRI.
And behind them in the white boat, white unis, bow number 5, Long Beach Junior Crew. Sydney Bergstrom, Coxing, Travis Infante, Charlie Joseph Beck, Tate Griffin, and Magnus Hennessy.
And then right in order behind them are Potomac from Washington, D.C., and Row America Rye. Those crews 5, 6, and 7 giving each other a great run for the money up the course here.
Nice racing there.
You have to imagine Row America Rye may have gained a little bit over the first 2.5 miles here. We'll see how it closes out.
Yeah, some good course. Some good course through the bridge. Okay, the next group coming up here, bow number 9. Newport, that's Newport Beach and Newport Aquatic Center. First race is Scullers, so looking pretty good.
And they've gotten by number 4 from Miami Beach Rowing Club.
And bow 8 is behind them, so they've passed 2 boats. That's California Yacht Club. Trains out of Marina Del Rey. They're in the black boat with the blue oars and striped white with the striped white V's. Yeah, some really good courses coming around here. We got bow 12 now in the white boat with white oars. That's Maritime Rowing, the second Maritime boat we've seen. They were the fastest U-17 Cox Quad at the head of the Charles back in 2021 and won Youth Nationals in the U-17 Quad.
And that is a fine course they're taking. We'll see if they break. They've broken off the buoy line and they're headed straight to Belmont Hill. That's how it's done.
Bow 13 right behind them. Camp Randall from Madison, Wisconsin. Charlotte Krez is the Cox, Asuka Suzuki, Willie Bishop, David Shear, and Robert Ijik, the rowers.
Boy, these are some sharp-looking crews. It's really terrific to see sculling
very good.
Taking shape here in the U.S. This was really the intent of the regatta, to bring youth sculling to the fore, and you can really see it happening here. This is some fine rowing going on by these young crews.
Bow 14 just went by us. That's the Redwood Scullers, and they're behind them. Bow 15, TriStar from Knoxville, Tennessee, founded in 2019, so a pretty new club. Bow 11 behind them
is Athletes Without Limits from Bethesda, Maryland.
And bow 10, Nixayuna from upstate New York. And they're being chased by bow 16, making a nice move.
That's Three Rivers from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They've got some navigating to do to the finish line, but Three Rivers moving nicely.
Yeah, nice racing through the bridge. Bow 17's coming next. Saratoga Springs, Saratoga, New York, another upstate New York crew. Good line getting ready through the bridge. They're being followed by bows 18 and 20. Canisius and Manhasset High School.
Canisius from Buffalo, New York, and Manhasset High School from Port Washington.
Got 4 crews tight together here behind them. Bow 22 is Nareed in the green boat. Bow 21, Maritime Rowing, the third Maritime Rowing sculling boat we've seen. Bow 19 behind them, Christian Brothers in the striped blue unis. And following them up is bow 24, NRS from Ontario, Niagara Rowing School, newer rowing club in the Niagara region of Canada. And they're making a pretty good move of it. Okay, the next group is coming in. Bow 25, it's Serbia Rowing Club from Miami Beach, Florida. Bow 23, the local crew, Buckingham Brown and Nichols School. Ben Serranian's the Cox for Eliot Johnson, Adrian Tabor, Ali Gonzalez, and Max Conine.
And they're being challenged on the outside by crew 26 in the pink. That's Westminster School from London, England. Racing with Belmont Hillblades, just to make it a little spicier.
Yeah, and bow 27 right behind them, Don Rowing from Toronto, Ontario. Good rowing here by these three crews. They're all looking really sharp.
They're getting some great racing in.
Bow 30 just coming by, Brentwood from Mill Bay, British Columbia. And bow 29, Norwalk River from Norwalk, Connecticut. The next two crews we've got, bow 31 and bow 34. Great Bay from Dover, New Hampshire. And St. Catharines from St. Catharines, Ontario. It's bow 34.
So you'll notice St. Catharines is pushing through on the outside. They must have been unable to get the inside line on number 31 when they entered the buoy, so they had to ride that outside line all the way around that long turn, and they're, I'm sure, finally looking forward to shaking loose here on their way to the finish line.
Okay, we got a bunch of good racing now coming right in a row here. Bows 32, 33, 35. So that's Nobles, another local crew, Rockland, Nyack, New York, and Argonaut.
That Nobles crew is steered by Mara Dubois. That's Noah Peters, Edward Winslow, Charlie Hall, and Ben Gunther.
Some good local crews.
.35 is Argonaut. They're down from Toronto, Ontario.
We got bow 28, King's Chester from England coming into view here just by the boat club. In the dark boat with the white unis and black blades.
This is a crew with an average age of 16. So we may see them back in future years after they take a run down this year and see what the course looks like.
Making a move on the inside in the green boat. Bow 36. That's Detroit Boat Club. And 37 on the outside. Greater Lawrence Rowing up on the Merrimack River. And finally, bow 40 in this group, Narragansett. A good sculling club down in Providence, Rhode Island. Bow 41 coming into view, a Florida crew in a light blue boat. That's Vero Beach Rowing. Daniel Phillips, Wyatt Ritchie, Tristan Marion, Val Hudson, and Flynn Kerwin, all 17. They placed second at Southeast Regionals in the quad. Bow 43 right behind them. Another Florida crew, Miami Rowing Club.
And then number 39 is Ottawa, from Ottawa, Ontario.
Okay, bow 48 in the white boat with the aqua green unis. Windsor Boys from Great Britain. Welcome to Boston. Bow 42 after them in the gray boat, Golden State Rowing Club from Oakland, California. They got two boats side by side behind them. Behind them, excuse me. Bow 46, Endeavor Racing from Scottsdale, and bow 44.
From St. Catharines, host to the Canadian Henley Regatta. It's good to see St. Catharines back at this event for the first time since 2019. Welcome back.
Okay, we got the next group of crews coming in here. First one making a pretty nice move, bow 52 at the front of the pack. That's White Marsh Boat Club from Conshohocken, Pennsylvania.
And they've passed most of the crews that you see behind them.
Yep. Bow 50 is right behind them. That's River City. In the brown unis, sort of crimson, is bow 45. That's ACRA from Nyack. Bow 50, River City from Sacramento.
And bow 49 is BHS crew from Alplaus, New York.
Bow 51 coming into view here, Atomic Rowing from Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
It's impressive when you look at the average age of these crews is only 15 in some cases to see the skill with which they're rowing. They're putting on a fine show. So it looks like the handicap adjusted results are in for the Director's Challenge men's quads. And what we're seeing is that the winning crew is the 612 composite crew. Following them was another composite crew, the Juicy Bruceys. In third place this year, a Cambridge CBC boat, what we've referred to as the Cambridge Varsity Quad. Looks like the fourth place and fifth place places are also held by CBC and CBC composite crews. So congratulations to those racers in the Director's Challenge 4.
Okay, I got another entry in the men's Coxed quads. This is bow 47 in the red boat coming by here. That's Medford High School, Medford, Mass.
So some preliminary results from this event we've just seen. The men's youth Coxed quad show Maritime Rowing, Club A. That was the crew we saw come leading the field from their number one position. At this point, they're leading. Los Gatos is behind them. Windsor Boys A is third. Row America Rye fourth. And a second Maritime entry holds down the fifth position at this point.
Yeah, that first Maritime boat had a pretty nice finish. Looks like they beat the field by about 30 seconds, which in this type of race, in that competitive of a field, is a very solid gap.
Indeed. 15:47 was the time on that. Yeah. On that crew.
So that did not break a record, but it's a very, very, very solid time. While we have a break in the action, we'll take a chance to thank some of our sponsors. LaCroix Sparkling Water is the official sparkling water of the head of the Charles Regatta. Head down to the Attiger Rowing and Fitness Expo to try one of their many zero-calorie, naturally flavored waters.